Hi. Physical awareness. Physical awareness is preferable, to say the least. Often I talk about moving one's attention, one's awareness from the mind consciousness system to the physical reality of one's substance, one's body. To me, this sounds also a little bit strange because my physical body is so much. So to exemplify this and even to advance it at the same time, I have found a sort of a new process within the larger process, of course, to to make my organs or body parts, if you like, into the matter of focus, attention, and devotion. Now, let me be clear. I am not a doctor. I am not a scientist. I'm an ordinary guy working to understand myself. Okay? So this is not a medical advice or a scientific advice whatsoever. It's just me, some guy talking about how to move from consciousness to awareness. Okay? Yeah. So basically, what I want to say about the kidneys is that there's nothing wrong about my kidneys. I have two kidneys. They worked fine all my life, and I I love them very much, to put it that way. Point is that point is that for me to find a sort of a base, a stability point, a commonality within myself, as well as with everybody else, I find a commonality within being with, focusing at, uh, and being aware of my own kidneys, my two kidneys, my left and my right kidney, to keep a stability, stable, consistent focus through the day on that point. One of the things that I have found within this is that I can see how it might be easy to inferiorize self to typically a surgeon, a doctor, or a scientist. But that would be off track. And that would be something that one should be able to forgive, delete, and move on. And stop those thoughts of inferiorizing to occur in one's total picture, total living. So again, the main point I find, which is, what shall I say, main point that I find within myself as how I can keep this stable, consistent focus, awareness, attention on my kidneys. The main point being is for me to slow down. If I'm able to slow down, we know from experience that there can be discoveries, realizations, etc. So from me slowing down my pace, my tempo, my breathing, my living, my movement, my everything, for me slowing myself down and even stopping myself, perhaps closing my eyes for 2 seconds, for 5 seconds, breathing, and then breathing and moving on and keeping and finding focus and moving on. Finding that focus within and living from the within to the without. Do unto others as I want done unto myself. and so on. So basically, what I find with this kidney discovery, in lack of better words, this kidney awareness, is that it's a great point of common understanding, of common awareness between me and other people whom I be working with, who I be talking with, who I be doing dishes with, and so on, right? Because we all have kidneys. Most of us have, 99% of us has two, and that point is a oneness point. It's a point of oneness and equality, meaning from that life point of substance, of physicality, of life, you might say we have birthed life from that keen awareness of one's kidneys, right? From the awareness of one's kidneys, one has a awareness, a baseline, a sort of a sound, you might say, a resonant, a essence, a dimension, you might say. And that is something that this world is in great need of. Again, moving from consciousness to awareness. And again, what I find is that it's a matter for me to slow down. If I can slow down and find myself basically from within and live that to without, if I can slow down and stabilize myself and live from the inside of my body, from my kidneys, for instance, or my liver, or whatever, or my diaphragma, or whatever, from my kidneys, I will live from my kidneys and be that presence, be that awareness. That is birthing life from the physical, basically, and ending the conscious, always thinking whatever mind, but finding stability, uh, self-honesty, courage, um, all these things of substance, of life, of essence, to then be able to live out and express out. So, if you're able to keep an awareness of your body and avoid banging your head inside your mind walls, this should be something we can all look into. I will look into it anyways to investigate this further, to have an awareness of my physical, to learn about my kidneys. I mean, I'm sure there will always in this life be somebody who knows perhaps more about my kidneys than myself, but I don't find that as a competition. Of course, it's very interesting to learn about kidneys, to read online about kidneys, to understand their function, how can I support them. Yes, these things are incredibly interesting and important, might I add. And that's a part of it. For me to sit down, read some articles and some studies and some investigations about humans' kidneys. It's very interesting. And that is a part of it. That's a big plus of it, because I get this keen questioning within me. How does that really work with that, changing that and sending this and, you know? So, yeah, that's a plus to it all. Except from the stable, slowing down, birthing life from physical commonality, equal and one, standing as life, as substance. So, yeah, this is from me and my kidneys. I wish thee a very pleasant day. Thank you and enjoy.